Hello guys, this is the CRT Trader. Welcome to my channel. So today we'll be doing top-down analysis on EURUSD. We'll be doing top-down analysis on EURUSD. So we'll be starting on the monthly time frame as usual. We'll be starting our top-down analysis on the monthly time frame, on the 1 month time frame, because that's the higher time frame that we are using to see the direction of the market before we use the other time frame for our entry and for the key levels, right, and for the point of interest. So now let's start from the monthly time frame. This is EURUSD on the 1 month time frame, right? This is EURUSD on the 1 month time frame. So first we have to mark the key levels. We have to mark out the key levels. Now this is where price is currently rejecting from. Price is currently rejecting from this monthly high, right? This is a key level. This is where price is currently rejecting from. Price is currently rejecting from this monthly high. So that's our rejection that we have there. And this is the next draw on liquidity here. This is also another key level. Okay. So now let's scale down on the weekly time frame and see what is happening. On the weekly time frame, you are seeing rejection from the same zone. This is the rejection here, right? Okay, now I'll scale down on the daily time frame and mark the overall structure of the market. Let me scale down on the daily and mark the overall structure of this market. So now on the daily, we have this. We have this break of structure here, as you can see. And we have another one here, but that one is like a false breakout. Let's see. So this is another one here. All right. Then we have this low. We have also this low, right? This is the structure that we have on the daily time frame. And we have this one as well. This is our strong low. We have this structure. So this is the structure that we have on the daily time frame, right? And this structure is bullish. On the daily time frame, you can all see that the structure is bullish because we have this break of structure and we also have this break of structure. And what is the origin that caused this break of structure? This is the origin. And price is currently playing within this zone. Price is currently playing within this zone. So now, this is our structure. We know that this structure is bullish. This structure is bullish. Now that we know that this structure is bullish, let's mark out the last range before the liquidity sweep. Let's mark out the last range before the liquidity sweep. This should be the last range. This low. We have to mark the range. That's the range that we will be focusing on. So this is the low, and this is the break of structure here, and this is the high. So we are currently within this range. We are currently within this range, and we have to put in mind that this is the monthly key level, monthly high, right? We have to put in mind that this is the monthly high. So price tap into the monthly key level, which is the monthly high, and we are seeing this rejection, right, on the daily time frame. We are seeing this rejection, and this is our structure. This is our structure on the daily time frame. This structure. If we mark from low to high, we'll discover that price is currently at the 50% of the range. Price is currently playing at the 50% of this range. This is our 50%. So now, this is our equilibrium. This is our range high. This is our range high, this is our range low. So this is the structure that we have. This is the structure that we have on the daily time frame. We want sorry, we want to be focusing on this range. We want to be focusing on this range on the daily time frame. This is our range that we should be focusing on, because we have a price tap into the monthly key level, and to align the time frame we have to scale down on the daily time frame and see the price action on the key level. So now this is our monthly key level, monthly high key level, and this is the price action that we have on the daily time frame. This price action, this is the price action we have on the daily time frame, which is the time frame alignment of the key level of the monthly time frame. So this is our price action on the daily time frame. Now this is our range that we should be focusing on. Okay, now if you scale on the weekly time frame, we discover that after the tap into the monthly key level, we have a rejection. We have a rejection candlestick giving us a shooting star. This is a shooting star candlestick, which is a sign of reversal. I'm talking about this candlestick. This is a shooting star candlestick. That is a sign of reversal for sellers taking control, right? Okay. We don't just need to focus on that only. We also need to look at the internal range liquidities that are within this range. Now, on that same weekly range, we have this internal range liquidity in the form of a fair value gap. We have to mark it because it's also a good point of interest that we can use it and get opportunities in the market. So now we have this internal range liquidity, and it is below the equilibrium of this range. We have this internal range liquidity. This is the internal range liquidity here. So the internal range liquidity is in the discount. Is in the discount area below the 50%. So this internal range liquidity is in the weekly time frame, in the 1 week time frame. And if you scale down on the daily time frame, this is the daily time frame, you will discover that we have another internal range liquidity here on the daily time frame. So we still have many point of interest that market can use it to push to the upside and continue the bullish trend. Because currently within this range we are bullish. If we break below this with a body below this range low, before we will start looking for sell opportunity, we'll start having some sell opportunity below here. Even though the CRT is showing us that we should be bullish this week, but we should not also forget to consider this internal range liquidity here, because price can still use this and continue the bullish trend. This internal range liquidity, we are seeing a CRT forming here, but we should not just focus only on that. We should also put in mind that the trend is bullish. The trend is bullish. So this is our internal range liquidity. You understand? This is our internal range liquidity here. So price can still use this internal range liquidity and continue to buy, and price can still break it and sell, respecting this CRT, because now the power of 3 is already forming here. This is the power of 3 that is forming. We have liquidity sweep from this high. This is a weekly high. We have this liquidity sweep. So this high, this bullish candlestick should be our accumulation phase, right? And this our shooting star candlestick should be our manipulation, and this coming week candlestick should be the distribution. That is the power of 3. But we should not only focus on that. We should also think about the market structure, right? We should also put in mind that the market structure is bullish. So we should not also forget about that. We should also be looking at this internal range liquidity here, this fair value gap on the weekly time frame. That's a very strong zone. So we have to be very smart when we are trading. We should not just focus on one thing. When we are looking at the CRT, we should also look at the market structure, if it is bullish or bearish, right? We should also pay attention to the market structure, if it is bullish or bearish. because we want to follow the trend. So that is it. So this is my view on EURUSD, right? Okay, let's scale down on more smaller time frame. This is our EURUSD on the daily time frame, right? This is the structure. This is the structure on the daily time frame. We have this break of structure here. Here is our break of structure. That is our break of structure. So this week we'll be trading within this range. This is our range. We'll be focusing within this range this upcoming week. We'll be focusing within this range. We'll be looking for our opportunities within this range, right? Okay, let's scale down on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame and see. Sorry. Let's scale down on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, let's remember that we had also a liquidity sweep on the weekly high, right? Let's mark it again. Let's go back and mark it. We have this liquidity sweep. We have this liquidity sweep because we want to scale down to the smaller time frame and see everything that is happening. So this is the liquidity sweep on this 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we have this liquidity sweep, right? We have this liquidity sweep. After we had that liquidity sweep on the 1 week high, this is the weekly high. After having after price taking the liquidity on that high, we scale down on the 4 hour time frame and see the price action also. Okay, now this is the liquidity sweep here. This is the liquidity sweep that we are talking about on the weekly high. So now we are scaling down on the 4 hour time frame to see price action. What happened after the liquidity sweep on the weekly high? On the weekly high, after price took out liquidity, we have this market structure shift from here on the 4 hour time frame. We have this market structure shift. That's our market structure shift, and this is our break of structure. This is our break of structure, right? And this is the origin that caused this market structure shift. As you can see, if you want to mark from this origin, this is the origin that caused this market structure shift from here to here, from this low. Okay, now if you want to mark it, you will discover that we had already a pullback and price have tapped already into the 50% and reject. Above the 50%, what do we have? We have this point of interest. We have this order block. As you can see, price tap into this order block and it is rejecting. It is pushing back to the downside. It is pushing back to the downside. So this is the range that we have on the 4 hour time frame. As you can see, we had already our price tap into the weekly key level and we have a market structure shift on the 4 hour time frame. So that is what we can see. That is what we can see on the 4 hour time frame. So everything being equal, we'll be looking for sell opportunity and we'll also be looking for buy opportunity. We'll also be looking for buy opportunity. Why? Because our trend is still bullish. We are trading within this range. Our range is bullish. We are trading within this range. As you can see, we can have a big sell only after a price must have break above below this low with a body. So that's my view on EURUSD. This is the CRT trader. Peace out.